So how do you go about creating our own at macro, not just running that already exists or that somebody else created? The steps are pretty straightforward. We go to create on the ribbons, come all across the macro, and that will open up the macro creation window. Let's just maximize. Now in the macro creation window we have the middle pane and we have a right hand pane that allows us to pick other actions or view of actions that we might find useful. First step here is to add new action while the available actions are listed in a drop down to make life a little easier and to reduce any syntax problems. So let's create a little macro that will open a form. Having chosen to open a form, we need to then which open to open again its drop down list, so we have to choose from an existing form. So thinking ahead, development the forms must already be created. So I want the open form employment. What view would like to open it, and I have the choice for form, view design, view print, preview distribution, pivot table, pivot chart, and they are simply form view. Please do you want to be a filter not at this stage. Do you want to add the where condition? Again, not at this stage. I would like to just open the form and see the employees data mode. We have to add edit and read only, so I can actually change the date mode for the form. If I change it at I'll be presented with the blank form ready to fill a new employee that can be quite useful. Edit allows us to go and make changes to the date, or read only allows us to the data but not actually make and commit any changes. Let's choose edit, and then window mode. How does the actual form window open? Normal, that would be the default hidden. So can't actually see the form, but it's open and can be quite useful for having global variables in a form. Just give it floating around but not visible, where you can open the icon again, very helpful, and or dialog, in which case we're opening the form in a model format in which cannot click past it. That can be quite useful as well, but this particular example we're going to stay in normal. So this is all parameters for open form macro. We then save our macro. By default it wants to call it macro on form the call. You can't actually see the form, but it's open in the second one that you create. We want to call macro, so I'm going to rename mine with the prefix cmd. You can see down in the existing macro cmd. Hello, this was going to be open employees. One the way I will remember what's good to do. Okay, and then if I close the macro, my macros in my macro list, and I when double click it runs the macro which effectively opens the form. Now if I open the form, or actually I want to fill the screen, I can do that in the same macro. So I close the form, go back to the macro. Here be careful not to double click or it will right click and design view. Adding second step, so having opened the form of the likely to maximize, so I can down the list and choosing maximized window. At the maximized window command has no parameters. All it will be is maximize the current open window, which because they just opened the form if our employees will down the firm employees. So let's our macro and close. When we reopen this time, we will see that this is maximized because I have told it to open the form, and then maximize we called adding second macro to create macro. This one going to open form as well. Now if we start typing, it will jump down to say view scrolling, and actually wanted to open the same form in a form view but change the data mode to atom. We will again that a second step in our macro of maximize window. Save the macro cmd. Open new employee form. Okay, so some macro, but I now double click this macro from my macro list is empty, is ready for data entry. So I have a single form, the 2 days of opening it with my macro. Open it for data entry or open it editing or search. Macro will possibly be open the employees report. So create macro in the list we have open report, so I can pre-type until I find it. I choose an existing report from the list of reports. There is only one. I have the choice of view, have report, view print, which will actually just print the report now, asking questions, or preview and just trying to the printer, or print preview, which should be my preferred choice. I'm applying the filter. I'm adding a weird condition. For the moment we're not, and then window mode, normal, hidden icon or dialog, so the same as before, so we'll stay in normal, but we'll also add in our second line command of maximizing, so that our report is maximized at save cmd prefix open report employees. Okay, and this is how now have a force macro that when a double click opens up the employees report in print preview. This is not filtering that the employees report just previewing